And welcome to Best of the Worst, a celebration of the very best of the very bad. We'll be looking at everything from the worst name to give a baby to the worst thing to do with a motorbike, not to mention this, the worst attempt to impress a girl while on an adventure holiday. So let's welcome our guest this week on David Mitchell's team, actor and comic, Paddy McGuinness. And with Johnny Vaughan tonight, comedy actress and presenter, Lisa Tarbuck. Round one is Pick the Worst, in which both teams try to pick the worst from a number of options. Once they've made their choices, the audience votes, and the team that the audience agrees with gets the points. Tonight we're picking the worst plastic surgery, and our teams get to choose from Pete Burns, Lizard Man, Lolo Ferrari, and this dog.
You see, Pete Burns, he owns property in California from Spin Me Right Round, right round. And unfortunately, he hasn't been wise with his money.
Never.
Never. I know, because he looks sensible.
That's the face of an astute businessman.
Surely not. There's a couple of times when he was on that Celebrity Big Brother, and I caught myself thinking, he is fit. Fellas, a couple of times he's side on, he's washing up, you're thinking, who's that? I haven't seen him.
On Celebrity Big Brother, Pete Burns was surprised at all the fuss caused by his monkey coat, as no one had complained about his baboon-ass face.
So we've got him. Then we've got Lizard Man. What's your take on Lizard Man?
Why has he done that, the idiot?
Because he likes lizards and he's shown them the respect they bloody well deserve.
Where does he work?
I don't know.
Let's hope it's someone like Barclays.
Do you know what he does for a job?
No.
He's a performance artist.
Oh.
Sword-swallowing, pierced weightlifting.
What's pierced weightlifting?
Oh, what's pierced weightlifting? Like you don't know and you're not really into it.
It's attaching heavy things to pierced tongues,
Nipples.
nipples.
I'm actually doing it now, as we speak.
You're holding up
Fantastic.
Lolo Ferrari. What problems did the size of her breasts cause?
Made people think that she was silly.
Undermined her career as an intellectual property lawyer.
They prevented her from sleeping on her stomach or on her back.
Oh, that's a bit like the Elephant Man. He had to sleep in a particular way or he'd die.
Yeah, well, there we are.
It's a shame he died before she was around. They'd have been a smashing couple.
Lolo Ferrari married a man 22 years her senior. We don't know much about him, but I'm guessing he was a breast man.
This dog...
Yes.
Has he had plastic surgery? I know it's illegal in this country. There was one that won Crufts about 3 years ago that actually got... They found out the little chihuahua that won it, that Peter Purvis really, really loved. And they found out it had a bit of plastic surgery.
It used to be an Alsatian.
Yeah. It would be quite funny to have, like, a dog with really big tits.
Not underneath, but on the back.
On their back. Hello! How are you? He loves that. Just go, he loves it. Go on, he loves it. He loves it. These little things. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind.
Do you know what a nuticle is? It's a fake dog testicle. What's special about one of those nuticles that are about to be put in him?
Belonged to his owner.
Would you mention that to guests? Yeah. Saying, do you like the dog? Those are mine.
He's got an ID chip in. Yeah. Any other plastic surgery examples we might have included?
Michael Jackson, I think, has made a real cock-up of his whole
Yes, I am.
Has he had work done?
We didn't include Michael Jackson because we simply didn't want to look at him.
Oh, my God.
You see, that's too far for me.
What's he got over his nose? Just above his nostril on the
No,
left?
that's his nose.
No, that's a piece of tape keeping his nose on.
Oh, that's a pretty basic plastic surgeon he's gone to. The better ones, the private ones, they don't use tape anymore.
So, teams, which one gets your vote?
I think we're going for Lizard Man.
It's
the
gotta
most
be Lizard
unfortunate
Man.
example.
Johnny's team, Lizard Man.
That guy's going to regret it at some stage in his life. He's going to think, what did I do? I became Lizard Man. It was a prank that got out of hand. What do I look like? What do my parents think? They raised me. But also, do you know what? The fact is, he's a shit lizard. Because lizards don't have green flat tops, and they tend to have longer bodies and tails, and he hasn't got that.
Do you think he's not bitterly aware of that in every waking moment? That there is a limit to how lizard-like he can become?
So Lizard and I are plumping four square behind Lizard Man as being the worst example of hitting. And I know the audience here will back me up because they're a good bunch.
David and Paddy.
Well, you say all that, but at the end of the day, the man can lift weights with his bollocks.
That might play well to a northern crowd. Yeah, but down south, we pride ourselves on something a little bit more sympathetic.
I think the dog one, that's totally fine. Dogs have been bred to become weird in all shapes and sizes since the dawn of time. Do you want a pet that's, you know, just right for your living room, that's fit in a handbag and it's got 9 heads? You know, we have the...
Tits on the back?
Tits on the back.
Yeah.
We have the technology. They're only there for fun. Let's enjoy it. Yeah. Obviously, you know, the dog's arse tits aren't just for Christmas, you know. You must continue to fondle them, even when they start to sag.
Yeah.
It's nothing sadder than the droopy tits on either side of a poor corgi's bum.
Get a corgi, but put on it a donkey's penis. Just act like you hadn't really noticed. Don't even mention people. He's sort of rolling on his back in front of the phone. He goes, yes, he is quite well hung, isn't he? Yeah. Roll over, roll over. Mitchie.
That's a good lad.
Get up. It's like it's wrestling a great bolster. The corgi comes into the room. The first thing you see is the front of the cock. 12 seconds later, it snouts. What do we think about Ferrari woman?
I've not got a problem again.
Right. Society sends out the message that big tits are attractive, and she's just gone for that.
She's a victim.
Yeah.
She's a victim of society.
Oh, I never expected that. Yeah. That Yorkshireman's really deep. He is. And yet he'd like a dog with a massive cock.
Yeah. And yet, I'm actually from Lancashire.
So, by process of elimination...
So, we're thinking...
Yeah, it's got to be Pete. I mean, you know, what does he do? What does he contribute to society?
So I think it's... Yeah, should we go for that?
Yeah, definitely.
OK.
And I think the audience, because this is the first time I'm going to do this bit of shameless pleading, I think the audience will see it our way and allow me to win at least one episode in this series. Hasn't gone well. Hasn't gone well. That's the noise of pity.
For God's sake, man.
I am dying.
Do the right thing.
To score your points, the audience needs to agree with you, so let's see what they say. Vote now. So I can tell you the worst plastic surgery is Pete Burns. Time now for our best of the worst bottom 5. This week, a rundown of the very worst baby names. To get their points, all our teams have to do is guess the curious names that the following parents have inflicted on their poor children. At number 5, this is heavyweight boxing champion George Foreman. But what name did George come up with for his youngest child?
Last. Time. Mistake.
All his children are called George.
In your face. LT.
So yes, youngest, not all of his children, George. Not all of his children.
Enough.
Immediately, half of the advantage of having pretended to be dying has been wiped out.
5 of his other children are called George, and anyone?
Mildred.
Georgetta. At number 4 on our list of worst baby names, what did Bob Geldof call his 3 children?
Peaches.
Yep.
Fifi Trixabel.
Fifi Trixabel.
Peaches.
Not just Peaches.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, which I think is a lovely
Peaches,
name,
sweet
actually.
It's a lovely name for some fruit.
Peaches, Honey Blossom.
Nice.
And I'll give you a clue. The youngest is named after a cartoon character.
Dogtanian.
The same name as Celeb's daughter in Private Eye. Pixie Frou Frou was the third one.
Oh, of course.
Geldof's daughter, Pixie Frou Frou, is actually named after a cartoon character, as, of course, is her father. Never seen a SpongeBob. And at number 3, what outrageous name did Mr. and Mrs. Sengiv of Cologne decide to give their baby?
Adolf.
course you'd think that instantly with your flicky hair like the Fuhrer. Straight away, he sits slightly proud and went, is it Adolf?
It's not Adolf, but I like your evil icon way of thinking.
They call it Saddam Hussein.
Osama bin Laden.
Yes!
Oh, hey, come on!
They weren't actually allowed to call the boy Osama bin Laden, as under German law it's illegal to call children names that could be offensive or bring ridicule, though quite how this chap got away with it. At number 2 on the worst baby name list, here's Frank Zappa. But what did he call his children?
Moonwalker, something like that.
No, Moonbeam. Moonshine.
Moonbase.
Moonshine, Moonbase.
Moonbase, is that one of them?
It's not. Moon's good.
Alfie Moon.
Moonbox.
Moonstorm.
Moon cube.
Moons.
Moon pen. Moon pen.
Oh, you're not going to
Told
get
you
any
we
of
should
these.
have a
Moon
charades
unit.
round.
Moon unit.
Oh, nice. It's a good name. Lovely name.
It's a unit.
The old
Isn't it?
Salmo is for unit.
It's like in a kitchen.
Yeah,
you should have given
Okay,
one
yeah.
of you units.
You confused us more than helped. I felt.
That was helpful. A little bit of moon. You said moonshine. I was thinking a bit of moonshine would be a unit.
Yeah.
Another name. Pop goes the.
Weasel.
Does that help you at all? Another
If
Frank
it's
Zappa
weasel,
children.
yes, it does.
Dweezil. You didn't know that one. Evidently not. If you didn't know that, you're not going to know Ahmet Amuka Rodin. Are you?
This is a great round.
And nor are you going to know Diva Muffin. And at number 1, this is Mr. and Mrs. Douglas from Norwich. What name did they give their child?
Berberina.
It's a commercial name. The name of a company, of a firm.
Is it...
Possibly even a shop.
Procter & Gamble.
Durex.
Londis.
Superdrug.
Millets.
Esso.
Pound Shop.
Primark.
It's a pretty name for a girl.
Spencer's.
Pretty name for a girl. If it weren't the name of a big shop.
In summer.
Norwegian furniture.
Is it full?
IKEA! Yes! Yes!
There we go. Mrs. Douglas. Mrs. Douglas said, I saw the name IKEA and I thought that'd be a nice name for my baby. She was wrong. So let's take a look at the scores, and the worst team at the moment are Johnny and Lisa, but still plenty to play for on part 2. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Best of the Worst, and it's time to ask which ends the worst. 2 video clips, just 1 question. Which is going to end in the worst way? OK, here's the first clip, and it's from Russia.
It's the Russian army, and it's the Russian army trying to do tricks with vehicles driving over people and some people waving... Are they waving bottles at bricks in the hope that the bricks will flee? It's interesting that that's a clip with a soundtrack.
What would be nice in that clip is them little things you hear on cartoons, you know. Whoop, whoo.
There should be more footage of the Russian army with that kind of sound effect put on it. I'd like to see footage of the Eastern Front in both wars with that kind of thing put on it. Doinga, doinga, doinga. That would lighten it, because, you know, so heavy, Stalingrad. Oh. Every death was accompanied with a beep. You know, it would be fine. I mean, there'd be a hell of a lot of beep. So we'd be deafened by the millions of beep. So we'd come to associate it with a terrible tragedy, and it would make us cry. Back to plan A. Show a bit of respect for these people. They died.
Here's the second clip from the USA.
Well, there's way too many bikes. Normally you have 4 for Speedway. How many's there? Speedway, you want 4 lads all lined up equally on the start line. You've got 8 of them lined behind each other. What kind of twats are these?
But just play the beginning of this clip.
No, we'll see.
Wait. Pause!
When's the worst?
Right. Now, if you look at the back right-hand corner, there's a picture of Albert Einstein there. Next to Old Town Pizza. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but that has just played games with my mind.
The disaster might be the collapse of Old Town Pizza as a business. Because of their ridiculous marketing. You know, what next after Albert Einstein? We'll try Beethoven and soufflés.
Harold Shipman's Carpet Warehouse.
It's which ends the worst, so which of these two clips is going to end the worst?
I'm going to go for the Russian one, just because it's Russia.
Well, it looks bloody stupid
It does.
already,
What they're
doesn't
doing
it?
has the potential, doesn't it?
I mean,
Already
getting a big gang of lads to roll around on tarmac out of the way of a lorry.
If I was doing the risk assessment on that day, you know, I was trying to, if I had to insure the Russian army, I would be more worried about the driving and the rolling around stage, which appears to have passed.
No. Take it from me, Dave. This will go tits up.
You are quoting from the risk assessment, I think. Take it from
Speedway.
me. This will go tits up.
Speedway. You always get a few people what they're going to do, slide over to the side.
Mud, petrol, limbs. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I think we're going to go with the Speedway.
You're going to go with Speedway. Yeah. OK, well, let's take a look, starting with this one.
Oh, genius of the Rusties. It's war, lads.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Oh, God.
Why?
Oh, God.
What war is that training for? The war
It's pouring out of him.
My eyes have been opened. Unlike that man's, which may never open again. Because I was sure, when I saw bottles and bricks, I thought they're going to hit the bricks with the bottle. But I'd forgotten. These are Russian soldiers. Of course, the bricks are incidental.
The bricks were padding. In case they fell over, they needed something soft to land on. Bricks will provide the soft sponginess for the head.
The thing is, though, the guy that got really hurt. I mean, if I was at the point in my life where there I am in the middle of a sort of car park, dressed as a soldier, and I'm, for whatever reason, hitting my head with a glass bottle.
Yeah.
And if in the initial hit the bottle doesn't break and cut up my head,
think?
I'd think, good. And I would not have a second go.
Dave, that is why you're English.
He felt failure.
Yeah,
he saw it there, and the bottle summed up everything that was wrong in his life. I can't even break a bottle with my face.
So, did something worse happen with the motorbike race? Let's have a look.
First down. Oh, my God!
Is it still going?
I didn't know they were alive. I didn't know they were animals. Maybe it's a dog that's undergone a lot of plastic surgery.
I just ran a little wide on the corner, felt the rear wheel slide a bit, and then I was off, said the bike. The Russian soldier clip ended the worst on the grisly grounds that it ended in the most bloodshed. So at the end of that round, the points go to Johnny and Lisa. All to play for now as we turn to the wall of worst, our final quick-fire round, 1 point per question. So fingers on buzzers, and we start with worst celebration. How did Les Lely celebrate his 50th wedding anniversary? There he is, with wife Beryl. Yes.
He bought his wife a new eye.
He ate something.
He ate...
His wife's eye!
He ate something they'd saved for 50 years.
That's exactly right.
From their wedding cake.
That's exactly right.
Wedding cake!
No, it's not wedding cake. It's not wedding cake. I will give you that, though. I will give you that. They ate a 50-year-old tin of chicken.
Thank you very much.
Why did you
Given to
give them
him
that?
because he
That's
said
what
something.
I said they ate something that was 50
years old.
Yeah.
And he said wedding cake,
What did
and
you
you
say?
asked quite like chicken.
I was in there saying, yes, you're right, before he then came out with wedding cake.
The fact is, I said foodstuffs, 50 years old, and that is why they've rewarded me with the point.
If he wins again, it's bad for the programme. That's all.
Worst joke. What, according to American scientists, is the oldest joke in the world? David's team.
Jimmy Savile.
Johnny's team.
Is it just basic slapstick, someone just falling over?
It is exactly... I'm afraid it is. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Bad for the programme.
Worst sport. In Thailand, what was controversial about this kickboxing match?
Jack Russell with a glove on its head.
Here's a clue.
Ew.
It was an orangutan!
Yes, it was! There we are, well done. That's right, one orangutan had just knocked out another.
You want a war, you got a war, son! I didn't, I just win every week. It's Dave that's bitter.
Worst hobby. What's Tony Evans showing off? David's
The
team.
biggest elastic band ball in the world.
Exactly right, yes! It's his...
Yes!
I'll feel that, son!
You can't compete with concrete.
What happened when a US TV company dropped it out of a plane to see how far it would bounce?
It didn't.
It absolutely didn't, no. It merely created a crater. The TV audience was disappointed the ball didn't bounce and even more disappointed that David Blaine hadn't tried to catch it. Worst waxwork. Who is this Madame Tussauds waxwork meant to be? Johnny's team.
Ringo Starr.
Is exactly right.
Yay!
Exactly right, yeah.
Concrete, don't like mortar and bricks and stuff that's northern and hard. Brilliant northernness.
They were bought for the Beatles Museum in Liverpool, though the real Ringo would have been cheaper. Worst idea. What's this? David's team.
It's a mobile phone.
It is exactly right, yes. It's,
Get in! Get in! Southern? Northern? East?
well, it's a mobile phone targeted at 4 to 6-year-olds. A teddy phone.
Why'd you wink at me when he says 4 to 6-year-olds? That's what it's like up north. He went 4 to 6-year-olds, look at me like that. Come up north.
At the end of that round, let's take a look at the final scores. This week's winners are David and Paddy, but this week's worst team is Johnny and Lisa.
Get in, Mervon! Get in, son! From Bolton with love!
I feel like I've been in some way compromised.
Let's face it,
I feel I'm less of a man now. but more alive for it.
Our thanks then to Johnny and Lisa, David and Paddy, and there's just time for a final look at this, the world's worst map reader. You've been watching Best of the Worst. Good night.
For exclusive outtakes from the Best of the Worst, text mobile to 83188 for a link to the Channel 4 mobile site. Next on 4, Rupert Everett and Liza Minnelli on the Charlotte Church Show.
Welcome to Best of the Worst, a celebration of the very best of the very bad. We'll be looking at everything from the worst name to give a baby to the worst thing to do with a motorbike, not to mention this, the worst attempt to impress a girl while on an adventure holiday. So let's welcome our guest this week on David Mitchell's team, actor and comic, Paddy McGuinness. And with Johnny Bourne tonight, comedy actress and presenter, Lisa Tarbuck. Round one is Pick the Worst, in which both teams try to pick the worst from a number of options. Once they've made their choices, the audience votes, and the team that the audience agrees with gets the points. Tonight we're picking the worst plastic surgery, and our teams get to choose from Pete Burns, Lizard Man, Lolo Ferrari, and this dog.
You see, Pete Burns, he owns property in California from Spin Me Right Round, right round. And unfortunately, he hasn't been wise with his money.
Never. Never.
I know, because he looks sensible.
That's the face of an astute businessman.
Surely not. There's a couple of times when he was on that Celebrity Big Brother, and I caught myself thinking, he is fit. Fellas, a couple of times he's side on, he's washing up, you're thinking, who's that? I haven't seen him.
On Celebrity Big Brother, Pete Burns was surprised at all the fuss caused by his monkey coat, as no one had complained about his baboon-ass face.
So we've got him. Then we've got Lizard Man. What's your take on Lizard Man?
Why has he done that, the idiot?
Because he likes lizards and he's shown them the respect they bloody well deserve.
Where does he work?
I don't know.
Let's hope it's someone like Barclays.
Do you know what he does for a job?
No.
He's a performance artist. Sword-swallowing, pierced weightlifting.
What's
Pierced weightlifting.
Oh, what's pierced weightlifting? Like you don't know and you're not really into it.
It's attaching heavy things to pierced tongues,
Nipples.
nipples.
I'm actually doing it now, as we speak. You're holding up the... Fantastic.
Lolo Ferrari. What problems did the size of her breasts cause?
Made people think that she was silly.
Undermined her career as an intellectual property lawyer.
They prevented her from sleeping on her stomach or on her back.
Oh, that's a bit like the Elephant Man. He had to sleep in a particular way or he'd die.
Yeah, well, there we
It's
are.
a shame he died before she was around. They'd have been a smashing couple.
Lolo Ferrari married a man 22 years her senior. We don't know much about him, but I'm guessing he was a breast man.
This dog,
Yes.
has he had plastic surgery? I know it's illegal in this country. There was one that won Crufts about 3 years ago that actually got... They found out the little chihuahua that won it, that Peter Purvis really, really loved. And they found out it had a bit of plastic surgery.
It used to be an Alsatian.
Yeah. It would be quite funny to have, like, a dog with really big tits.
Not underneath, but on the back.
On their back. Oh! How are you? He loves that. Just go, he loves it. Go on, he loves it. He loves it. These little things. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind.
Do you know what a nuticle is? It's a fake dog testicle. What's special about one of those nuticles that are about to be put in him?
Belonged to his owner.
Would you mention that to guests? Yeah. Saying, do you like the dog? Those are mine.
He's got an ID chip in. Yeah. Any other plastic surgery examples we might have included?
Michael Jackson, I think, has made a real cock-up of his whole
Yes,
appearance.
I am.
Has he had work done?
We didn't include Michael Jackson because